Hello, beautiful people. How's everybody doing? Now, this is a quick update about the new clarification brought about today, the 19th of March 2024, by the IRCC, touching on the issue of the spousal open work permit. Now, to me, this is simply a clarification of what has been out there because a lot of things are flying around. But I mean, the IRCC came out today to clarify further about the issue of the spousal open work permit. Now I'm trying to break down this in a layman's language because most times IRCC they talk in what we call high level languages. People tend to get confused. What are we gonna do? What actually are they saying? More often than not. Now, briefly, IRCC talked about three scenarios in the issue of the new spousal open work permit. Now, remember that these new changes will take effect 19th of March, that is today, 2024. Now, they created three scenarios. Scenario one is for those, whose partners applied for open work permit on or after March 19, 2024. That is scenario one. Scenario two is talking about if your spouse or common in law applies for an open work permit before March 19, 2024. That is scenario number two. Now, scenario three is if your partner or your spouse wants to apply for extension of their current open work permit. These three scenarios, I will break down the conditions, the criteria that they must meet and you also must meet before they might, remember they like to use that word might, qualify for open work permit. Scenario one, okay, let's take it one after the other. Scenario one, which is if your partner applies for an open work permit on or after March 19, 2024. Now, it's expected that you should be enrolled in a class or classes in one of the professional degrees, and you should have a valid study permit. Okay, then your sponsor may be eligible if you as a person that your program will lead you to a professional degree at a university. And what are these professional degrees that they're talking about? They're talking about master's or doctorate degree programs, or you are studying one of the following courses at any polytechnic or institution. What are these courses? They went further to list these courses. So I will list these courses for you guys right now. Dental surgery, Juris Doctor or Bachelor of Law, Medical Doctor, Doctor of Pharmacy, Veterinary Medicine Doctor, Nursing Bachelor of Science, Education Bachelor's Degree, Engineering Bachelor's Degree. So you must be enrolled in any of these courses for your spouse to be qualified for an open work permit if you are not doing master's or doctorate degree program. That is case or scenario number one, if you want to call it so. Scenario number two, that is in a case where your spouse is applying for open work permit before March 19. Remember, scenario one is on March 19 or after March 19. Scenario two is now if your partner applies for an open work permit before today, March 19, 2024. Now, the condition is this: three requirements. You must have a valid valid study permit, and your current study program is eligible for postgraduate work permit. Condition number 3, you attend one of the following educational institutions as a full-time, not even part-time, as a full-time student. The colleges or the schools, they're expected to be a public school or a university or a college or what you call CEGEP in Quebec. 2, a private college level school in Quebec. 3, a Canadian private school that can legally award degrees under provincial law, for example, bachelor's, master's, or doctorate degree. So in a nutshell, if you are not studying in any school in Quebec, make sure you are in for a master's degree program or a doctorate degree program or even a bachelor's degree program. But I mean, how many people are coming into Canada, and they have spouses and they are going for bachelor's? Truth be told, most people coming into Canada, if you are going in for bachelor's, definitely 99% of them, if I should say, they are young teenagers. They are not married. So to me, this rule is not even applicable to a lot of people out there. So it simply means that you should target for master's or doctorate degree program or consider Quebec. The only challenge I see personally in studying in Quebec is the issue of their language because it's predominantly French. But if you can learn or you are French speaking or you can adapt easily, think of schools in Quebec, they still qualify for Spousal Open Work Permit based on this clarification of March 19, 2024, which will already take effect as of today. Now, scenario number 3 is if your partner or spouse wants to apply for an extension of their current open work permit. Okay, if they are applying for an extension of current open work permit, conditions in scenario number 2 will apply. That means they have a valid work permit, their current program is qualified for PGWP, or they are schooling in Quebec, or they are schooling in any school that can give them a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate degree. These are the only conditions that your spouse can be able to apply and get the spousal open work permit. Does that make sense? So that is in a layman language the clarification about the new changes and the eligibility criteria for the spousal open work permit that is in effect as of today, March 19, 2024. I believe this has been an exciting and informative section for you. So from my own self, I will simply advise, just like I said, go in for a 1-year master's and earn your 3 years postgraduate work permit. There is even a bill that is being a petition that is being, in the House of Commons. They are currently listening or looking at it for possibility of extending even this to up to 5 years. Okay, so anything can happen. Don't delay any further. If you can get into the system, get into the system. Do your masters. Remember, they said at least 8 months will give you 3 years postgraduate work permit. But if you can't do masters, think about Quebec. They still grant spousal open work permit. It's a lot to take in, I know, but don't give up. You can still do it. All right. If you found this video helpful, why not like this video? Subscribe to this channel if it's the first time you are coming across what we are doing here. That will help us grow. Turn on the notification bell because some of the things we bring on board, they are time bound. Thank you very kindly as you do that. And as usual, I will see you in yet another one. Bye-bye.